I'm back on now. I think we're good to go. But yeah, kind of like what I was saying, I wasn't really wanting to go live today, to be completely honest. Today's day 5 of going live in a row, and I was feeling really not myself the last 12 to 18 hours or so. And I thought, you know what, let me go live and just be real about that and share that, because I think sometimes we have these false stories that we create about people, especially online presences, right? It's hard not to sometimes draw conclusions about what we're like and or if we're a certain way all the time. And I try to keep this platform as authentic as I can, and while also maintaining my own privacy in certain areas of my life. But I thought I would just share with you guys what was coming up for me and kind of how I came out of it, so to speak, although I'm still sitting with it. Hi, Maddie. Thanks for joining. Hi, everybody. So yesterday had a really great day actually, and I was pretty productive. I was on top of my shit, and then at the end of the day, I got to go to temple. I've been volunteering on Thursdays at our temple and getting to cook Nivedium, which is like food offerings for the deities. So that's been really wonderful. So I had that going on. Had a really full day. Came back home, and then at the end of the night, I was talking to somebody really dear to me on the phone, and all of a sudden, just stuff just started coming up, and it felt like out of the blue, related to money and finances in particular. Now, for those of you guys that have followed this channel for a while, you might know like I generally have a lot of beautiful experiences with money and manifestation, and I definitely believe that. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're here with us. Thanks for joining. I definitely believe that um, I have so much abundance in my life, and I always try to hold that space so that I can have a healthy relationship with abundance, whether it's health or wealth or relationships. And I've had some pretty phenomenal experiences with creating, what I want or need in my life, and using all of those kind of spiritual laws to help manifest, right? But sometimes I still face hiccups in the road, and yesterday was one of those times. I think it was kind of a conglomeration of multiple things in my life. One of which is that for those of you guys that might have already heard of this from my Instagram or something, I've opened my first in-person office about 2 months ago in Orange County, and that's been a whole new venture in itself. And really, the unglamorous part of being your own boss, right, is that it takes a lot of effort, and you don't necessarily see the fruit right away, right? Sometimes you're planting the seed and you're watering the plant for a long time before you see the fruit. And that can be one of the most challenging things, especially for somebody like me. I just sometimes want things to go in a faster timeline, like I really do. I sometimes feel like I want to just jump ahead and have the results now. But that was one of my main takeaways, after contemplating on this. So anyway, I've been growing my in-person, office and clientele, and it's a totally new realm for me. I've always only been online with you guys and in this community and growing things that way. So that's one factor, and I feel like it's been going slower than I want, and that's hard for me. That's hard for the perfectionist in me that wants to be super successful right away, honestly, and wants to jump right into everything. So there's that factor. There's a few other details I'm not going to go into on, publicly about payments and all of that jazz. And then there was this opportunity to go on this trip with my best friend came up, and I was gonna try to do it. I was so excited. I haven't got to travel in so long because of COVID and other factors. And so I finally felt like, yeah, I have this opportunity. And then when I was looking at my finances and I was seeing how slow my business was this month, it was hard. It was a hard kind of realization, and I felt like I really entered into this feeling of lack. And that feeling to me is very painful because I don't normally experience it, to be honest. And when I do, it feels very painful because my soul, my consciousness knows it's wrong. Like it's not reality, right? But somehow my mind or my ego my inner child, my pain body was really triggered yesterday night, feeling just like throwing a tantrum at life. Like, why can't have all the things I want right now? Why can't I feel so limited? I feel stuck in this dimension. I feel like I'm not my business isn't expanding the way I want and the timeline that I want and all of these things, right? All these things came up. It doesn't mean they're real, by the way, right? But like that was what was coming up in my inner space. I'm just being really, really raw with you guys. So I was sitting with it and I really had to release a lot of emotion. I felt a lot of tears coming up. I was just releasing a lot of pain there. And then I woke up this morning feeling still a little in that space still, and I got shared this really beautiful meditation, um and I decided to do an hour-long meditation, which I never do. I never do that long of meditation. So I stayed in my bed. I still felt like a blob. I was really emotional, didn't want to get up. And I laid there and I was like, okay, even though I don't even want to, even this I have resistance to, I'm gonna do this hour-long meditation and I'm gonna, like get to the other side of this. So basically I laid down and I did this meditation and it was and by the end of it, it was a meditation to kind of come into your bliss body and I'll share it maybe um, in the chat here with you guys or in the description of the video. But it's this beautiful meditation to get into the bliss body and just kind of come back to the self, the true self, right? Because all of this pain that we create is not really who we are, and it's not really coming from our true self, our true reality, the true knowing of who and what we are. And this really special being in my life shared with me too that lack does not exist, and I was kinda sitting with that, and it's so true, right? And so I realized that that was the thought pattern causing me so much pain after this meditation, right? I had settled down, I let the emotions pass through the body. I came back into centering myself and grounding myself and feeling the true nature of bliss in my body. And then I I came into that contemplation of this concept of lack and remembered that it's so true. Like the only false thing that exists in this world is the concept of lack. Whether it's lack of money, whether it's lack of love, whether it's lack of attention, whether it's lack of intimacy, like whatever those things that we feel aren't in our lives, right? It all comes back to lack. And so when we can break through that barrier of realization that truly lack has no existence, it's something created by the mind, and that when we shift ourselves out of that space, the rest follows. And I've always seen this. It was just kind of like a remembrance, right? Another wake up call for me. And so I just thought I would share this little introspection moment that I had with you guys to not only emphasize that I'm a human being too, right, on this journey with you guys, but that also these spiritual truths that we learn, we don't just learn them once, right? We learn them over and over again. Like, this is something I know, and I usually don't feel like, I have a lack in my life, and I usually do feel really abundant, in my resources and in my career and all of that, but, um, then I have moments, I have moments where I don't, where something gets triggered, and it's so beautiful because I got to see that inner child again, and I got to hold space for her and let her feel, and then also bring her back to the realization of who she really is, and remember that the solution doesn't come from trying to fix everything and then fixing your inner space. It comes by fixing your inner space and then going ahead with your actions. And that was an important thing for me to remember because I also sometimes like to jump to I'm just gonna go, I need to go fix things. I got to resolve everything in the outer world before I go to the inner world. And I got reminded that first you gotta fix the inner and everything else follows. And it's so true. And I know that this is just a little temporary blip, right, in the timeline, and that I know that like life is going to pick back up again. There's seasons for everything, and we also have to put in patience, and we have to put in growth, and we have to put in hard work before we can sometimes taste certain fruits, and that's all part of it. So those are my takeaways, And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll take questions for a few minutes. Then I'm going to sign off and go enjoy the rest of my day in presence out in nature, outside in the sunshine, because that's really what I need to come back to my bliss. I don't know about you guys, but that always really helps me. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Jesse. That's beautiful. Congrats on your journey. Living ahimsa. It's awesome. And I'm just on my phone right now, so if anybody has questions I didn't see, send them again because I it's hard for me to see the chat on here. Um, let me see. Scrolling back here. Yeah, right. We're always having these new tests, these new tests for our consciousness to grow. Okay, scrolling down. Yeah, I will definitely share the meditation in the description once I log off. Hi, Jim. No, I did not, and I will not be. Oops, here's the chat. Cool. But how do you know when you're fixed? There's nothing to fix. That's the beautiful thing. All it is remembrance that there isn't anything to fix. Coming back in the knowing that we have everything already. We have everything already inside of us that we need. Have you gone through a dark night of the soul? Oh, absolutely. I've made many videos on it on here actually. You should check some of them out because I get pretty raw on them and yeah, I absolutely have. I even this past like maybe 2 years ago, up to a year ago was like another really big dark night of the soul kind of year for me personally. You're funny. Hi, Kevin. Okay, I'll let him know you say hi. If you guys have any questions or thoughts on this topic, anything you want to chat about, send them in and I'll take a few. Oh, yeah, no, it's because I'm about to go to the pool and I don't really have any makeup on right now, so I haven't put my bindi on today. I'm really raw. I'm really raw today in both what I'm sharing about and how I look. Did you have acne or rashes before going vegan? Definitely did have more acne before veganism, but I never had it super, super bad, honestly. More so my gut health was the biggest improvement after going vegan. Hey, welcome. How does soda or caffeine affect our body? Ooh, so a soda is a whole combination of nasty, nasty things that we do not want in our body, including like high fructose corn syrup, sugar, high levels of sugar and carbonation, which are super toxic and carcinogenic to the body, meaning they cause cancer. And then what was the other one? You said caffeine. Oh, and then caffeine, depending on what kind of caffeine it is, like there are certain benefits you can sometimes garner from caffeine, but generally speaking, the substances that caffeine is in are very acidic to the gut, cause a lot of acidity, hyperpitta conditions we call in Ayurveda, acid reflux, etc. And also really fry the nervous system and the adrenal system, which is not something we want to do. I'm thinking of changing my name. How long did it take? Oh, I didn't choose my name, love. My guru actually gave it to me. It's a spiritual name I got given by my guru. I'm starting a new business too right now. Any tips? Use social media for sure. That's like the biggest tool we have in the world right now. And I think if we're not doing it, we're really gonna become redundant because we that's how the world connects and communicates right now. So I'd say definitely start with video content. At the very least, like make short little videos on TikTok or Instagram, try to get a YouTube going and just start to grow that and share and try to educate freely as much as you can. And yeah, congrats on the new business. How old are you? I am 25, about to turn 26, Carly. How important is guidance on the spiritual journey? I think it's huge. It's really, really huge because, of course, yes, all past and traditions and teachers who are authentic will guide you back to the knowledge that you do have all the answers within, and it does always come back to us, of course. The thing is we have human experiences, and so it really, really, really helps to keep us on track and helps us to see our own blind spots when we have guidance outside of us, you know? No, I took my locks out about 8 months ago. Yeah, Nick's Encouragement Corner, you should definitely try it. It's a wonderful place to start. And if you wanna work specifically on your skin condition, I actually do that with what I practice in holistic medicine. So if you go to, tinyurl.com/book Ayurveda, we can get a session together, and we can work on that together, one-on-one. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Majed or Mahed, I'm not sure how to say that. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, nobody's more or less spiritual, to be honest, but I think people are more or less aware. We have different levels of self-awareness, you know? That's all. Mama Ray, you have all so many resources. Look at you. You're on YouTube right now. You have endless resources at your fingertip. Yes, Tejas. I have worked with vitiligo cases in with Ayurveda already, and I'm currently working on another one right now. Definitely, we've seen a lot of success with those kind of cases, and it's really exciting. If you wanna talk about it more, I'm also doing free 15-minute calls for whoever's on here that we were talking. If you wanna first talk about your case and if we in and see what we would do to address it, we can do that in a free 15-minute call, and then if you're ready to go forward, we can start working together. Nice getting connected. Very nice. Fasting is, incredible when used in the right way. Super beneficial for the body and the mind, and ultimately the consciousness, actually. Fasting has massive spiritual benefits, I would say, more than anything. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for joining me. I wish you all a beautiful weekend. Again, if you'd like to chat about anything related to your mental or physical health, and you're curious if Ayurveda can help you or you can be treated with Ayurveda in a holistic, natural way, you can book a free 15-minute call with me. And at tinyurl.com/book Ayurveda, I will put the link down below when I sign off and hopefully chat with some of you guys soon about that. I'm wishing you all the best, blessings, love, abundance, and see you guys on the next live. Yes, I will put it in the description. Bye, guys.